is not squishy by any means.
None of
Yes,
these,
I'm just
none of
piss him
these,
off.
none of the Universal heroes are squishy. God, and it's the
Yeah.
worst, dude.
Charge on top. This could be a
Hold
breakout fight.
on.
Insanely hard to play most carry heroes into it, but the Gachi Ursa would be one of the few people who I would put stocks on. And I could really be liking the way this is turning out for Dire. They got the possible tiny.
Be enough to burst through these heroes, and they knew it, right?
He had the net worth doing well, but the problem is the rest of his team got a bit sacked. I think they're not going to go back to the drawing board, but they're definitely going to
Wiped over and over again, and so the bluff works. The Zeus just sort of mans up a little bit, and they go, ooh, maybe there's an axe that's going to blink Dake on me. Maybe there's a bear that's going to blink on me. So it's a run, but that's a little cheeky kill to the bear there.
First hit bash, man.
What I was going to say,
is another core. So they have 4 cores on Radiant they have to go through, and no way to go through any of them.
Mukau charging once again. What have they spotted? Shadow Demon is dead as well. Toss away, but it doesn't matter. The Tiny goes down. Hunter's here. He wants winching. He wants something in return, and decides to even waste his ult to try and deal with this big punching Undying.
Yeah,
oh, Tiny pushed off the haste, and the deny comes out from RFA. All right, RFA. Yeah, take the high five. Sorry, you were saying?
Rip Harold's.
RFA on Rubik, Johnny on Mars, Prey on Spirit Breaker, and Rev on the Troll Warlord. No smokeouts in this early game.
Yeah, these two will play very slow.
To the captain of this division, you've got these 7 teams, all pretty spooky. How are you preparing? Are you watching Riyadh at the moment? Because obviously, if you're interested in Dota at all, you're like Slaughter Gang did, or are you going to come up with another wild pick that's a little bit unpredictable, a little bit spicy?
So I think both teams are going to mix up the drafting here.
Was available.
I think it was
Prey still
yeah.
wants it. Spirit Breaker just harassing this game. Ult comes out. Yules to keep him alive for now. And his Shadow Blade.
Is they'll lock it in with their last pick, and they'll obviously ban out all the cheese. So Huskar's already out of the pool. Slaughter Gang are taking away all the tempo, so there goes Storm Spirit. Yeah.
Nice for the rest of Radiant to turn up there. I think if they lose that Necro, not so good for them. It might slow their tempo down a little bit, so...
Yeah. Gachi's getting close to his first...
Zeus, that is such...
43 on winching as well. That's very impressive.
Wow-wee, what a game! What an absolute game! Nuts.
It doesn't show... No. Oh, well, we're in.
Look at that, and we have a draft straight away. And we got a look at that beautiful, stunning. God, he has some HP. Huncho, you need to be careful because Zeus is looking on the sidelines, and you are gone, mate. Wow, in comes the cleanup. He's gonna walk away here.
1200 HP. I don't think he's dying there.
Jesus, also
he's getting a lot of farm here. I gotta give him credit on the axe.
Spirit Breaker, ulting back up into the high ground, and there's the route we were looking for. Toss to try and get that big, angry troll off of him, but I don't think he's going anywhere. Young Harold goes down. But it looks like Infoca's rotating in.
Pick, and Slaughter Gang took second pick. Slaughter Gang and second pick Dire again. So again, this should favor the AU rejects for their drafting phase. First ban on the...
Looks like they're looking at that Snapfire. They don't want to be chronoed and have the Snapfire just rain down hell on them, so yeah. I get it. And also, even just like the relocation keeps that faceless.
Necrophos can be a mid, Necrophos can be a 1. I know Gachi's played it in the past, so it's incredibly flexible on the AU rejects draft, and I honestly couldn't tell you how it's going to shake out. What I reckon they will... I think he was blood grenaded. That's why he was a little slow on the uptake there. He has boots now, but I don't think he's gonna try. I wouldn't expect him to. Oh wow, doesn't happen today. Troll not getting the Snapfire either, because he just gets men sent to his lane to help him. That Snapfire has a Maelstrom now. He's being charged, but I don't think anything will come of this.
Favoring here. It looks like some really interesting matchups and some straight.
There's a lot of comfort going around here.
Okay,
I honestly say I slightly favor the Dire here because when hand
bumps into a wall 4 or 5 times, like this is great to see. I love seeing Mars in my games, and to see someone play it incredibly well like Johnny did, super hype, super hype, mate. That's super cool. Seeing these guys maybe in the finals, and you are unlucky enough to not make it to the finals, which I think is very unlikely. I've seen your gyro. Your gyro is going to rip all the way to the finals. But if you're not, and these guys make it, maybe I'll hit you up again to
Battlefield as well. Yeah. Notice how the Tiny's opted to start with the Null Talisman as well really early, just because he needs the mana income. He just doesn't. He's not going to get these runes. Like the Breaker will just take both water runes.
They decide not to bring the Vision to save the to kill the Invoker, and the Invoker is saved. Just walking away there. Young Harold strolling back to mid. Tiny trying to give him some mana.
Another thing is the Morphling went Lincolns to protect himself from the cow charging him globally, but it doesn't protect you from the Axe, who's about to try again.
He's
lighting him up.
For a while now, but it is allowing him to get this passive gold, right? We see this in the game with like illusion heroes, like your fish. Why can't I remember it? Let it sit there and not get casted. So here I am once again to yell into your ears, and this time I'll be yelling into White Glint's ears. White Glint, do you want to say hello?
Guess which heroes can't be seen by their allies, but basically if you're in the arena, you can only see in the arena. If you're outside the arena, you can't see in. It's like an impassable barrier kind of thing. You can place an observer.
Can I just point out?
Oh yeah, that will help him.
Nice little kill from Raccoon. Catches the Tiny with his pants down, and he's too low HP. It's enough to burst him. They're going to try and chase him, but he has so much status resistance that even if they do get the stun off here, he's just...
That's 6 HP regen and 3 mana regen permanently now on the Rubik. Oh, that's good.
That is something that you want to see on a Rubik.
Building damage, like the bear can do like a good chunk. Now he has like the maul bonus and like the attack speed. But yeah, they cannot leave the base.
Raccoon is just diving the base. Oh, looks like the Zeus Axe comes out and in goes the... Oh, there is the Zeus ult and down goes the Morph. The Morph must have been top and got called by the Axe, I imagine. I didn't see it, but I imagine we'll see those...
I would have to imagine so, right?
Right game so far.
Okay, so...
Wait, hold up. Did they just catch the... They just caught the Necro.
Necro's dead. He bought travels. I hate it when ball players do this. He gets...
That's very exciting for me. I'm pretty stoked to see you in a
they're still discussing on Radiant. I think they're still discussing what they're going to do here. Only winching is, like, obviously winching Aya was guaranteed. I could just go back into his roots of, like, playing LD, playing all these really memey pos ones. Maybe they get Gooby on Razor or something. I think it was completely overlooked. I don't even think it was banned. I don't know how to do that.
I didn't see Ray just be able to deal with it. Axis got looking bottom. He wants this Vengeful Spirit. Vengeful Spirit doesn't catch him. Oh, beautiful call. Finds her in the trees. Huge prediction there, and Johnny goes. Ooh, that Mars might be in trouble if he stays just a little bit longer. Scattershot comes out from the Rubik to get the slow off, and they have to choose a target now. If you chase 2 rabbits, you won't catch either. That Rubik is leaving. But 27 is still really fast for this this division, especially when you think you can find a way in. But I just don't think that Necro was ever going to... But they're starting to feel him out. They've got vision on him, and the Invoker's rotating over. Mars is here. The slow comes out. Big zap from the Rubik. He throws off his Ghost Shroud, but then the stun comes out immediately from the...
Answer right. The whole goal is to get farm without like showing on the map and without like putting yourself in danger. But he's just not able to do it because the cow will just charge through and insta-kill his illusions no matter what. Get through just because it was the most impactful hero on Radiant last game by far.
Well, they just beat it. Are they confident enough to let it slip through? There's just a running meme between me and my mates. We call him Lalul for the fun of it. So
Johnny drops the brother patience from the BM unpause from
goes that Undying. Gachi is here to play though, and it looks like the Dai team needs to run away because Gachi is hungry. He is a big, fat, juicy bear, and he finds Johnny just like that. The Zeus is enough to wrap that kill for him. And Aftershock. And there was some interaction there that would permanently lock people into a stun. So hopefully they don't pick a punch and we don't see that sort of action. Hey, Troll comes out.
I haven't seen a Shadow Demon very much. I do think it's one of the... I think it's like a timeless hero, if I had to
It's just so
put
good.
it down.
It just does so much. It does so much.
That you can work like to actually still have a game no matter what. And this is also a really well-balanced hero to set up for the last pick, where I'm sure Huncho...
Something that I can't see, but they seem confident with the way that they lock their heroes. They took the Tiny, and they immediately snapped up Snap and IO. So this is an opener for them. They
whole game. He definitely felt stronger than he was, but at the end of the day, it's Young Harold on 15k damage, Gachi on 21k damage, and then
excellent players favoring OD. Like they play all these like hyper, like they play all these like hyper mobile and technical heroes, like your spirit heroes.
I have the answer.
Gives that to Zeus? Yep.
So I think the most important thing to check is to swap to net worths here and look at the net worth here.
Oh, hang on, Kavala.
Zeus is winning.
Has been found by the Morphling, but he is pretty thick. Looks like he's just...
I don't think there's going to be much.
Okay.
Not going to be much going on in bottom lane.
RFA is putting some pain on these two very thick heroes, though.
Till this part, it is literally an 8-pick in Ridya Masters, and it could even be an 8-pick in Oz as well. But they're just not favoring picking it too early and having too bad.
Strong in the meta, or is this just a specialist shutdown? Is this just someone saying, no, we're not going to give you, what you're comfortable on. We're going to make you play something that's out of your comfort zone.
I think it could just... a lot here. The Morphling is free farm, but I will say the Ursa... Oh, bottom
Tiny
lane.
goes down to bottom lane. They drop the Tombstone and they secure the Tiny. Ursa is super stacked.
Yeah, so the lanes have gotten much better for AU Rejects this game than last match, which means the Dire's not going to have any momentum going into mid-game at this rate.
Troll is a pretty spooky hero this patch. It sort of feels like when it works, but when it doesn't, it doesn't. I know you can say that about every hero, but when it's a good troll game, this hero just feels unstoppable. And I know the Oz Ame, Yatoro, sometimes you're just caught out, and that's the end of that. Also, no respect for the Morphling. He doesn't have the sweet shark smile and have a bit of a laugh.
Yeah. So they do have the shard now on the Undying, even though they... did they get... Alright, so on Slaughter Gang, we got Huncho George. He's well-renowned with a lot of his mid laners. I have a feeling his Snapfire might see some action tonight, maybe some bans.
Actually, they can! Double damage on the Invoker. Does the Invoker stay to try and get more? No, Alexa just leave. He's got what he can. He's hanging. He wants it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
the bear is on top of Huncho. Huncho suddenly is inside that disruption, but it's just enough for him to get out of there. The Mukau is still charging though.
And nothing. So he's not out of it yet, you know? He will still be one to watch once he gets his 6 and once he makes like maybe a power rune rotation if he's lucky.
Gee, Maticus calls got the Whirling Axis and Kabbalah is gone. Doesn't even need to
Kubala
pop
not
the
getting to the
ult.
start he wanted this game. He definitely wanted to be doing a bit better than where he is now. With a zero combo. I think it just depends on the mid laner's confidence. If he has, like, say, a skill advantage or if he's even on skill. And it also really depends on if he wants to play Shadow Fiend or if
Which there's a charge onto Johnny, and Johnny is not going to see that cow coming through the trees. He's punching him. He does have the ult, so he sends him back to his team. And is his team going to get there in time? Yeah, of course they are. It's Zeus. Zeus doesn't even need to be
entirely and opting for the Eternal Shroud instead because of how much damage the toss combo does to you.
Shadowblade on the Spirit Breaker at this stage.
It's going to start getting out of control.
There is a Glipney.
And
of course, Axe Dagon, right? Axe Dagon deals with those major illusions.
Yeah, Dagon one-shots all illusions, no matter what. And young Harold just farming up, doing what he's supposed to do. Doesn't matter if he gets, like... he's not pressured to do anything early, right? He's just got to take his time, farm it up.
What's this tri-lane bottom? Not respecting this Io guy. That's what I'm seeing, right? This is the power of Io. This is why it's one of my favorite heroes. People think that this hero is boring. I get told all the time, Io's boring to play. I don't. Here, Team AU Rejects looking for the finish.
They're not confident to go for the throne, it seems. Almost a butterfly on the verge, but I don't even think it's gonna. Be more patient with these disruptions. He's just getting slightly the wrong hero.
I think also, as a Shadow Demon player, I can tell you that all too often you want to use that disruption offense. Rakuna's diving and Dalgo's tiny as well. That's a 5-man wipe! It's a 5-man wipe!
The entire team is gone. They're all gone. What the hell? Players are so famous for so many different heroes. It can really go like any way, but Gachi plays really well with an Io combo. The Mars is exceptional into the Snapfire, plus it's like bread and butter for Johnny. He's just not going to get. If you put the Shadow Demon ulti on the Ursa, you can even get the Ags for a break. The Ursa, the only way he can actually like get the short end of the demonic purge and with the global cow is insane. And now he's starting to charge through waves. He has the 25% greater bash damage on level 25. He has all his items. This guy...
He's about to take a whole lot of damage. There he goes.
Went
down. One hit.
Yeah, I think he overstayed his welcome there, definitely. And he didn't even deny the bounty room.
They feed the Benji to the bear, too.
Sorry, what?
They feed...
Illusion Heroes, insane.
I love a good Dota name, a good, like, playful Dota name, like Noseholder. Last night, I had the pleasure of being able to shoutcast Tasmania. That's these Ursa players, right? They get the confidence behind them. They go a little bit too deep, baited by a position 4 usually, and that's it. Now they're moving on to the tier 4s, and it's 47 seconds till that Morphling comes back, and he does not have buyback. Slaughter Gang need to start thinking about what it is they can do to wrap this game up. It doesn't quite work. You come up against a pretty tough team in Slaughter Gang, maybe underestimating them a little bit. What's your next step? Are you going to go for something more traditional, something easier to execute? Elite Slayer 60, 60, 60, you know? Like, I want really, really creative names. Oh, okay, let me talk. This is the strongest support in all of Dota.
Wow, there's so many like you can see that like both teams are playing well, obviously, but there's so many like minute mistakes that are getting punished, right? Like
Hmm.
bottom, those two heroes not dying, you might see that somewhere else, but dire whatsoever. I mean, Morphling did get his Lincolns, but the Dagon unironically also breaks that as well. Meanwhile, Ursa's gonna have BKB,
Charge in on
Hagshot, and yeah,
Honcho. Yeah,
really
okay.
rough.
Okay. Alright, well,
Yes, so the Rubik's is gonna be banned, the Io is gonna be banned, and the Break is gonna be banned.
so if they ban those three heroes, let's say they get rid of those thrall, we've got Gutti on Necrophos, Young Harold on Tiny, Gabala on Snapfire, Winxing on Io, Raccoon on Windranger, Huncho George on Invoker. There can be a huge amount of burst coming out from either of these heroes at any moment, so keen to watch this in action.
Another reason you won't see a lot of action in the bottom lane is the...
That. Okay.
You didn't Shadow Blast the Rubik there, I don't know why. But that's first blood, yeah.
Look at that. 2 kills in a troll lane, that's not what out. They might take Wingxing as a return. Here comes the big toss. Ooh, it's just enough to secure that kill. But the bear jumps in. Hold on. The bear is hunting.
He's not for tower aggro. He's gotta be very careful here. Duration? Yeah, 6 for a hero. Gives you 40 AoE, which basically means the radiance gets massive. So 650 radius, more like at least 700 on average, and more likely like 850 to 900.
So much trouble this entire game, but are they holding? There's 2 heroes here and a spirit that might want to deal with Gachi, but no. Down goes the Sand King. Sand King does have buyback. There is that knockback from the Moon Cow. Once
Dire outmaneuvering every turn. Boka queuing up the Midas. He's already like got the glove and he's almost halfway there. Only got 10 minutes into the game.
We are having a game. Dagon Axe.
Yeah. This has been a treat to watch so far. Okay, so they will wait for Roche to go bottom and
Zeus
then get
is
the...
alone here. Saves out, he can't, and all of a sudden Johnny is caught out of position and dead once again. Tombstone keeps...
He has 100 HP and he gets in the Tombstone.
Yep, keeps
That's
that
insane.
Spirit Breaker alive. Hunter's down here. Did they scout him on this ward? Yeah, they did now. Okay.
They see him now, yeah. This is another good ward. As you can see, the Dire has almost the exact same ward play.
King. This might be the first time we actually catch it. Live leak, live on camera. This Axe bullying. Oh, maybe not bullying the Morphling as the Tiny arrives to try and save him here. It looks like Tiny's decided to throw himself away.
But he has a Maelstrom, so he can actually get his farm up. And the Lil Shredder with Ricochet 2 does so much damage.
Oh,
Cannot understate
Spirit Breaker ult onto Io. Io's looking to tether. No. Oh, this Io. The Io gank is here, and then we see the Tiny toss, and that is an enormous amount of damage. They try for the beach ball play. It doesn't really play off. The Troll ult is out. Can he get the root? No.
Until the Sand King whips out a Blink Dagger, which he is pretty farmed as well. Top 3 net worth, only 300 behind.
Raccoon's having a really cool... And there's not enough. The 2 stacks is going to be enough. There we go.
48. Oof.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
So just briefly, with Shadow Demon's Promulgate, it stacks for all damage incoming.
Fire, which means as he levels up Lil Shredder, he will be taking all the Lil Shredder talents, and he'll be buying like a Maelstrom or a Gleipnir of some description, getting all these procs out. Tiny did take the crash landing, so he'll be pumping the toss.
Bala is now on the high ground. The Blade Mail comes out, and that Morphling needs to be careful. He doesn't kill himself, but he does blow up the Axe. Axe is dead. That creates a bit of space in these fights for Dire now. Looks like Reverie is just elected to use his ult on the Spirit Breaker.
Okay. Oh no, sorry, Gachi's on the... Wait, what? Gachi's on the Necro? What position are they playing?
Raccoon picks up the Windy. Okay, look at this mess.
The Dire Vision. 2 wards. One of them old, one of them placed just as the fight breaks out. And it's just turning into a bit of a vision difference here. Necro got a lot of damage out that fight, but it's just nothing in comparison to...
Dota, dude. What an absolutely phenomenal game of Dota. And what a phenomenal co-caster you've been for me as well, White Clint. Huge, big Dota brain in that head of yours, hey?
Thank you for having a really good time with the Radiance. He's done a lot of work with it, and then he just spends 2k gold on
Speaking of this troll, toss back from young Harold, throws the troll directly at Gabala. Out comes a huge shot. Let's go, Slaughter Gang. That's the kind of plays we need to see to get you back into this game. Let's have a look at how much gold just swung towards Slaughter Gang there. Good God.
1800 gold, at least. Actual defensive item now, so it's going to get a lot harder to kill him after that, you know?
Now,
He's
what I
still
will
using
say
the travels to farm efficiently.
is Dyer had some really, really good vision in this early game. I'm not sure if you saw it, but it was scouting. I'm surprised with how short it was before that Roche went top that they didn't leave it to secure the Ags. They decided that the refresher is more impactful.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, I mean...
Is in, Johnny is out, Gachi knows he has to deal with that Shadow Demon and is diving him as hard and fast as he can. Disruption to try and save himself for